I wish I was a bird. I would just live rent-free, no stress. I would just fly all day long without any worries. While I can say I understand that sentiment, it's not a fully developed perspective. It's just an idealized version of reality. Because birds have their fair share of difficulties to deal with, such as being hunted by humans and other animals, facing severe weather conditions, and having a shorter lifespan, etc. But when people say they want to be a bird, it's often not to experience a bird's life in its fullness, which involves struggle. It's often to only be able to fly away from human responsibility, such as paying rent and other expenses, taking care of kids, going to a job that's stress-inducing, etc. But wanting to be a bird as a result of avoiding human responsibilities is as running from one problem to another, because as aforementioned, birds also have their fair share of problems. Now, this idea of wanting to be a bird spills over into the human life in everyday situations. Other people want to be other people.
How many times does this happen? You look at somebody else's life and you're like, oh, it just happens. It's so easy for them. You don't see what goes on behind the scenes. Stop comparing your life, your real life, to somebody else's fake life. Stop it. Stop. Enough. You don't know what they do behind the scenes. You have no idea what I do in my life outside of what I show you on camera. Instead of you looking at your life and comparing it to somebody else's, that's you giving more energy to their life. Take that energy, focus it on yourself.
Because from the outside, life seems and looks great for them, but not understanding that success doesn't just happen to people. They make it happen, which often involves a relentless amount of labor and effort to get the life that they have. For instance, people often look at celebrities and wish they had their lifestyle, but the only part they wish they had is the beneficial part, not the struggles associated with it. So you're not insecure because your life is bad. You're insecure because you've seen too many other people's lives. We are the first generation in history to constantly see what everyone else is doing. Not occasionally, not locally, but constantly. And that changes how our brain works. There's a Bible scripture that says, "For with much wisdom comes much sorrow. The more knowledge, the more grief." And that's found in Ecclesiastes 1:18. This has to be the most hyper-aware generation to exist. And that's not so much of a good thing. Hence the reason I'm making this video. You wake up, first thing you see, someone traveling, someone making money, someone quote-unquote winning. And before your day even starts, your mind already says, I'm behind. But behind who? And what's even dangerous about that is that you're not comparing reality to reality. You're comparing your behind the scenes with someone else's highlight reel. A vacation post, you don't see the debt. That success post, you don't see the years of failure. That quote-unquote happy relationship, you don't see the arguments. Your brain doesn't filter that. It just interprets, you're ahead and I'm behind.
If you keep comparing your life to someone else's, you'll start doubting blessings you once prayed for. Everyone's ahead in something and behind in something else. Comparison makes you chase timelines that were never meant for you. The truth is, most people aren't doing better than you. They're just posting faster.
And now, you start chasing things you never even wanted. Not because they fulfill you, but because they look like they should. That's why people end up living lives that look good, but feels empty. Because the goal was never internal, it was visual. You see, comparison used to be limited. Now it's infinite. And the more you consume, the more your identity gets shaped and morphed by what you constantly see.
I guarantee you, every single time you're online, on some level, you are comparing yourself to other people. You look at how they look or how they dress or how they act, and you're thinking about how much money they must be making, how much time they get to spend with their kids, and you start bashing yourself, and then you start telling yourself all kinds of lies. I'm failing. I'm losing at the game of life. They're figuring it out. I'm totally lost. They're successful. I'm a loser. You are not failing. You are finding your way. Everything that you do in life is preparing you for what comes next. That's what we're all doing.
People often don't ask, what do I want? They ask, what looks like success? And that's not so much of a wise question, because success is subjective.
Success to me is just subjective. It's truly whatever it is that makes you happy.
Right? My success isn't just success. His success isn't mine. Like it shouldn't be that way. So it's about what you feel you want to do. And as long as you're moving forward at a pace that works for you, and you're finding happiness in it, then that's success.
You define what success means to you. Find out what you want to do as an individual and pave your own way and focus on your own journey. Because once you know where you're going, other people's lives stop looking like directions. There is no such thing as an easy life. Life can be less difficult, but it won't be completely easy. Life is only completely easy when you no longer have it. Having difficulties isn't a sign that you aren't alive. It is a sign that you are. Because that's also what life entails. No one truly has it easy as it may appear looking in from the outside. Even people who were born into a wealthy family also have their portion of difficulties to deal with.
That's why it's not useful to be envious of people. You know, you're a young man, you see someone drive by in a Ferrari with a blonde and you think, my God, he's got everything. And, you know, the woman in the car has got a cocaine addiction and her life is just one catastrophe after another. And he's had to lie and cheat his way into this position. And he's afraid that everything's going to come crashing down on him. And that's what you're jealous of. And it's just not that profound. You don't want someone else's fate. Man, your fate's enough. And your adventure's enough. It's plenty. It's more than you can ever fully realize.
So, instead of wishing to be someone else because of their apparently better life, remember this. The grass is not greener on the other side. Perhaps the greener grass on someone else's garden is even edited and has filters to appear greener than it actually is.
One thing I learned is the grass is not greener on the other side. If you believe the grass is greener on the other side, it's greener because it's fake. And that hits you. It's a sad reality.
Especially on social media where life is about highlight reels than being real.
People compare themselves to other people on social media. Stop doing that. Comparison is the theft of joy. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Focus on yourself. Focus on what you're doing. Social media is a snapshot of someone's life. So it's literally someone goes and takes 100 pictures, picks the best one out of the 100 pictures, and then edits that picture and posts it on social media. And then you're comparing your life to someone edited picture of the 1% of a moment in their life.
Choose your heart.
Marriage is hard. Divorce is hard. Choose your hard. Obesity is hard. Being fit is hard. Choose your hard. Being in debt is hard. Being financially disciplined is hard. Choose your hard. Starting a business is hard. Working a 9-to-5 is hard. Choose your hard. Life will never be easy, but you can choose your hard.
Because there are risk factors in just being, not just a human being that when bills compound they induce anxiety, but also by being a bird. Even trying to be a bird with the risk of being shot out of a tree on a random Tuesday, or being eaten by other predators. You should choose your heart in this life. Every life comes with a cost. No matter what species or someone else's life that you wish you had instead of your own, you never ever truly escape your fair share of problems. It will only be other forms of problems. Life is what you make it, so make your life worth living today. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate your support. Don't forget to like this content, to subscribe, and to comment down below, and I'll see you in the next video.